All right, we are here for the second game of Day 2 of the West Coast Dust-Up. This is a matchup between Terminal City Roller Girls All-Stars and T.O.A.S.T. That is the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team in the gray, Terminal City in the red. This is the second game played by the Terminal City Roller Girls All-Stars. They won their first game yesterday against the Belladonnas. This is the third and final game for T.O.A.S.T. They lost both of their games yesterday, but it was both very hard-fought games.
They were coming out in the game against the Belladonnas, leading in the first half of that bout. But Belladonnas really pouring on the intensity in the second half, capitalizing on that, and then perhaps using some of that energy to capitalize on a victory over the Anarchy Angels in the first game of today.
Well, there's a first whistle, jamming first for the Terminal City All-Stars. It is Lulu Demon, number 44. And for T.O.A.S.T, it is Anya Knees, number 9X. She's driven out of bounds, forced to recycle past the jammer line by Kim McKenzie. But Lulu Demon getting out of the pack for lead jammer early in the game. Terminal City in control of the clock right now with lead jammer. Anya Knees stuck behind all of the Terminal City blockers, Megan Griffith and Kim McKenzie, with the two-wall in the back. And Lisa Suggett on the inside takes out Anya Knees as Lulu Demon gets sent out of... Well, it looks like she got 5 points, but then got a penalty. So the referee signaled in 5, indicating a grand slam, but now Lulu Demon in the penalty box, so we go straight into a power jam for Anya Knees. But Anya Knees is still on her initial pass and actually picking herself up off of her knees after some brutal checks from the Terminal City blockers. Foxy McMuff trying to screen some of those blockers out of the way. Lisa Suggett dropping back to bridge. Jocelyn Ingram just in time, I think, dropping back to extend the bridge even further. But Anya Knees finally fighting her way past on the power jam and moving into scoring position. Now on her first scoring pass and running into that same wall. Jocelyn Ingram immediately dropping back to bridge. Lisa Suggett, Megan Griffith, and Kim McKenzie working the 3-wall in the front. Megan Griffith dropping back to bridge. Lisa Suggett stumbling but managing to get Anya Knees out of bounds, and she's forced to recycle behind Kim McKenzie. Of course, Lisa Suggett had fallen. That removed her ability to trigger the cut. So Kim McKenzie was the only skater that she had to go behind. However, Anya Knees did not pass Lisa Suggett on the track, so that was no pass, no penalty, only 4 out of potential 5 points, as the referee indicated. Now Anya Knees on a second scoring pass, but here's Lulu Demon back in the track, so no more power jam. Both jammers in action. Lulu Demon running into a fierce defense, though, and does manage to get, looks like 3 points. Oh, okay. I saw the ref Devin Null has the red wrist guards, so it looked like that he was the Terminal City referee, but it's the wristband that indicates. So he said 3 points for T.O.A.S.T, the Anya Knees of T.O.A.S.T on that last scoring pass.
Rambunctious, number 34, up against Evita Perron, 52 here as the whistle goes, starting our second jam, 27-27 on the clock left in this first half. Evita Perron for Terminal City All-Stars is your lead jammer. And
Rambunctious still on her initial pass. Stuck behind Lisa Suggett, still blocking for Terminal City, joined by Missy Escrew and Scarlet Bloodbath. And there goes Evita Perron sneaking through the pack, getting a little assist from Scarlet Bloodbath and completing the grand slam. 5 more points for Terminal City. And Rambunctious far up front. Jermaine Coe has to back off. And that's completing her initial pass. But here's Evita Perron going around Firecracker, number 89 for T.O.A.S.T, and completing a second scoring pass. Total of 9 points for Terminal City in the second jam.
Really excited to see the skills competition coming up here after this bout. 3 different categories. I think 2 skaters from each squad are allowed to enter, and I think each category gets bragging rights.
All right, be looking forward to seeing that. It's going to give the Terminal City Roller Girls a little bit of a breather in between this bout and their next bout against the Anarchy Angels. Kim Jana jamming, number 1223 for the Terminal City, up against Born to Hula, number 808 for T.O.A.S.T. Born to Hula up front. Terminal City, knocking her down. Jocelyn Ingram also falling down, but Lisa Suggett and Kotone Frankowski holding the line with Jocelyn Ingram against Born to Hula, and there goes Kim Jana breaking through. She is lead jammer 3 times in a row so far for Terminal City, claiming lead jammer. Born to Hula getting out of the pack, only about a half a lap behind Kim Jana. Kim Jana hits the pack on a scoring pass, runs right into Foxy McMuff, but now finds an outside lane. Another assist from Scarlet Bloodbath, calls off the jam. Born to Hula got into the pack but did not pass any of the Terminal City skaters, only her own teammates, so no score for Toast.
Beautiful awareness there by Kim Jana. One of the exemplary things about the Terminal City All-Stars is their constant contact with their bench, which allows them great position and great strategy.
That is Mac the Mouth coaching the Terminal City Roller Girls. He's formerly a commentator and actually one of my what do you call it? Idols or heroes or role models. He's a role model. But he's coaching now, doing a great job with Terminal City Roller Girls. On your knees, jamming for Toast in the gray, forced to recycle, and there is Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger did not skate yesterday, but now she is on the track today, number 101 for Terminal City Roller Girls in red. And now a flurry of penalties. Toast dropping 2 blockers and Terminal City dropping 1, so it's a 3-on-2 pack advantage. Schwarzenegger getting into the pack. I don't know if she got any points, but there was no points for Toast. On your knees, coming up empty. And I believe that Schwarzenegger did not manage to put any points on the board either. The score holding steady at 22 for Terminal City, 7 for Toast, with 24 minutes left in the first half.
Got to give a shout out to Salter Watercraft for donating the 2-person boat. Online ticket sales will end at 1 p.m. For all those people out there in the Derbyverse. 2 p.m. will be the draw.
And back into the action, Lulu Demon jamming for Terminal City, forced to recycle on the infield. Coming back up, Rambumptious jamming for Toast, having trouble at the back. Missy a Screw, another skater that didn't skate yesterday but is on the track today. And Jocelyn Ingram and Megan Griffith holding back Rambumptious now. Rambumptious is very slow picking herself back up, but she's back on her wheels. Lulu Demon on a scoring pass. And once again, every single jam so far, Terminal City has taken lead jammer. And there's a grand slam by Lulu Demon of Terminal City. Rambumptious, knocked down by Missy a Screw at the back of the pack. And here comes Lulu Demon, a second scoring pass, runs into Firecracker, but drives Firecracker out of bounds and gets through the pack. A second grand slam for Terminal City. 10 points so far in this jam. And Rambumptious knocked down again in turn 1. A fierce Terminal City defensive line on the track right now. Lulu Demon coming in the third time. This time Firecracker wins the shuffle, manages to get her revenge on Lulu Demon, but Lulu Demon calling off the jam. And I think that was 3 more points, I think.
3 more, yes.
Yes.
Really nice reverse and transitional blocking there by the Toast player, Snarly Charlie, teaming up with Killer Bikini there to keep that big gray wall intact.
Indeed. Terminal City showing some tremendous blocking today. I mean, we've seen some impressive blocking by all of the teams. But Jocelyn Ingram is in there. She is just constantly in there as a blocker and just really tough to get around. There's Evada Perone of Terminal City finding an outside lane. That was Terminal City blockers Lisa Suggett, Megan Griffith, and Jocelyn Ingram just squeezing the Toast pack to the inside and opening up that outside lane, and Evada Perone just knew exactly what to look for. Gets around. She is lead jammer, but on your knees, knocked down by Megan Griffiths. Comes back in, but she's getting passed now by Evada Perone. That's a second. No, sorry, there's a first scoring pass. Comes in and gets the grand slam. On your knees, gets out. And he's indicating no pass, no penalty, but that was her initial pass, and lead jammer was already decided, so it has no effect. Evada Perone gets up to the back of the pack, but does not get past any of the skaters, but calls off the jam, so that is a 5-point jam for Terminal City.
And just a fact about yesterday, Evada Perone, I think, only not getting lead jammer once in all of the times that she jammed yesterday, so an exemplary jammer for the Terminal City All-Stars yesterday.
Absolutely, yeah, a very consistent jammer, Evada Perone, and fairly small in stature, so she can get through some small openings. But there is Kim Jana, number 1223, jamming. And she's going up against Killer Bikini, number 9. Now, just in case, On Your Knees is 9X. Killer Bikini is 9. So, but she is jamming right now. But Kim Jana breaking through the pack. And so far, every single jam, lead jammer has gone to Terminal City. Killer Bikini at the back of the pack. Kim McKenzie and Jermaine Coe holding the line. Now Killer Bikini moving into defensive stance, screening back and forth, staying in front of Kim Jana. Kim Jana having trouble penetrating the pack. Now Killer Bikini moving back into offense, trying to get past the Terminal City blockers. Still on her initial pass. Now gets up to the front of the pack, but Kim Jana finding an opening through the T.O.A.S.T defense and completing the pass. That is, I believe, 5 points. Yes, 45 points now on the board for Terminal City. Killer Bikini now moving back into a defensive pose. But Kim Jana finds an opening on the outside. I think that was courtesy of Jermaine Coe. She actually, I think she distracted them. She was on the inside, but managed to distract the attention of the T.O.A.S.T blockers. And Kim Jana just raced around and got through scot-free. And another 5 on the board for Terminal City. Now, Killer Bikini appears to be in complete defensive mode now. All 5 skaters on the track for both teams, but T.O.A.S.T going in a 5-skater defense posture. But now Kim McKenzie knocking Killer Bikini out of bounds, and she's forced to recycle to the top of turn 1. Kim Jana coming in on the 3rd scoring pass. Does a little hop. Not quite. I don't think he actually went across the infield, but it was more of a cautionary hop, just in case Lady Fondle managed to make contact. She would be able to stay in bounds and avoid that. But Kim Jana putting 15 on the board, comes in, stumbles over Smash Gordon of T.O.A.S.T. And I don't know if she got any points on that last pass. Waiting for the signal from the jam rep. Right now it's showing she only got 20 points and 2 more points in that last pass.
So it looks like 57-7 here with just over 18 minutes left in this first half.
There it is, 57-7. It looks like Smash Gordon got a penalty at the end of the jam, so she's in the penalty box all by herself right now. So it'll be a 4-on-3 pack advantage for Terminal City.
My cowboy hat won't fit with my headphones here, but I got to give a shout out to Stampede Tack in Cloverdale here for donating all of the hats, and we also have some for sale here for anyone that might be listening that might be coming to attend. Please don't tell my friends, that might not see this footage that I was actually wearing kind of country garb or whatever. It might ruin my reputation.
Now there are some nice hats and great for today's weather. Beautiful sunny weather, but it does get kind of hot. So thank you very much to Stampede Tack as a sponsor. All right, that timeout has concluded. We've got Schwarzenegger, number 101, jamming for Terminal City, and Born to Hula, number 808. And don't forget to buy your raffle tickets for the Salter watercraft boat. You can only buy them until 1 p.m. So go to the West Coast Dust Up Facebook page and follow the instructions. But now Born to Hula stuck behind. It's getting sent to the penalty box. It looks like an illegal use of the forearms. And that's going to be in a power jam for Terminal City. Schwarzenegger, already lead jammer. Again, every single jam so far. 100% record on lead jammer. And Schwarzenegger breaking through the pack, getting another grand slam. 5 points, Terminal City.
And she's got that really great jumping ability, too, anytime you're coming around Apex. And even if she's not actually clearing the infield at all, she's still up on her toe stops and hopping around like a bunny.
Another 5 for Terminal City. Now we've got 3 blockers on the track. That's Snarly Charlie, Firecracker, and Purple Kush, number 11, for T.O.A.S.T. But Schwarzenegger having no trouble getting through the pack a second time.
She's a really great skater, too, on multiple occasions. When we would go to Stardust, the roller rink around here, Schwarzenegger used to work there, and so gained her abilities on the sport court before she actually even joined roller derby. So it's really great to have had her out here for the last couple of seasons.
That's right. Well, yeah, she wasn't able to skate yesterday, but now we're seeing her in action, along with Missy Screw, another skater that didn't skate yesterday for Terminal City. But Terminal City keeping their skaters out of the box for the most part so far. I mean, they've had only a couple of penalties. T.O.A.S.T, however, has had several so far. Now we've got Lulu Demon back in the Jammer Star for Terminal City. Terminal City in the red, T.O.A.S.T in the gray. That is the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team. Their jammer, Killer Bikini, is in. No, sorry, Born to Hula is in the penalty box. Number 808 for T.O.A.S.T. Lulu Demon, again, lead jammer, goes to Terminal City. Now Lulu Demon around the outside gets around general discomfort as they run out of room and have to give a free pass and a grand slam for Terminal City. Born to Hula back in action before bounce to the infield by Jermaine Coe. But Jermaine Coe drawing a penalty. Gets so it's going to be only 3 skaters on the track. T.O.A.S.T back to full strength as the penalty box clears. So it's a 4-on-3 pack advantage. Born to Hula still attempting to get through her initial pass, though. Getting held off by Kutane Frankowski. And now Lisa Suggett up front getting in line. But Killer Bikini driving Lisa Suggett to the outside, and that opens it up for Born to Hula to complete her initial pass. But Lulu Demon, it's not Lulu Honey, it's Lulu Demon into the. She lets me call her that, but no one else. No, great girl, and also the proprietor of Pivot Star. Pivot Star, one of the sponsors for the West Coast Dust Up. She doesn't let me call her Lulu Honey.
I wouldn't.
Don't tell her I said that.
Even though she, she's got those little rosy cheeks and she's, gets a little nervous when she's on doing the call with Mac yesterday. I can imagine that she wouldn't allow that to happen. Yeah, back to that. The Killer Bikini opening up that line there. Super fast movement to try and open up the line, and really great push there by T.O.A.S.T to try and get Snarly Charlie through.
But Terminal City coming on strong, pulling out the stops and leading. 100% lead jammer record, and now leading by over 80 points. On your knees, jamming for T.O.A.S.T, stuck behind Megan Griffith. Megan Griffith and Jocelyn Ingram now with a 2-all in front, holding her back, and here comes Evita Perron. Wide open outside lane, but Purple Kush and Lady Fondle able to get in front of her, and as well as Snarly Charlie and Foxy McMuff, all 4 T.O.A.S.T blockers able to get in front of her and actually giving Evita Perron a hard time. Evita Perron seemed like she was just whisking right through the pack over and over in previous jams, but finally T.O.A.S.T found a way to make a connection and get in front of her. But nevertheless, Evita Perron getting out for a grand slam and now hitting the pack again. Dodges around Snarly Charlie. And Snarly Charlie, the only one to make contact. Evita Perron completing the pass. And I believe 4 more points on that last scoring pass. So is that 9? I believe 9 points. Yes, 9 points for Terminal City in the jam.
Just over 14 minutes left here. 97-7 left in the first half of this bout. Couple players, 1 player from each team in the penalty box. Out here, Kim Jana, number 1223, jamming for the Terminal City All-Stars. Up against Ram Bumptious.
And pulling the instant star pass. Oh, there seems to have been. Well, I see Kim Jana no longer has a star, and Lisa Suggett now putting on the jammer star. I think she might have been doing a little bit of a sneak pass, a handoff, or there's a football move where you just very sneakily. I'm talking about American football.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have American football in Canada?
We live in America. Yeah. So it's pretty much the same. Although we only have 3 downs, and our ball is almost the size of a basketball or something, right?
And you have a rouge, which I'm still not. I need to familiarize myself with that. That's one of my goals on this trip is to find out what a rouge is. But
well, I'm surprised you don't know, considering that you offered to sing the Canadian national anthem yesterday, and then I kind of forced you into making sure that you proved your claims that you could also sing it in French today. So nicely done, my friend, mon ami.
Well, I know that rouge means red.
It does, yes.
And I don't know what that has to do with football. But no, I'm a roller derby fan.
Maybe that's something that's better left in the locker room.
I know of football, but I'm a roller derby fan. I don't watch football on a regular basis. Not American football, Canadian football, or European football.
They're all like slightly different variations, whatever. Yeah, no balls in roller derby, although we are actively recruiting right now for the Vancouver Murder, and that's one of the slogans is that no balls are used in the game, but having a set really does help out making your way onto are recruiting for the Vancouver Murder.
All right, and we are on a team timeout by Terminal City, and we take advantage of that to thank one of our sponsors, the Henry Pub. They're in downtown Cloverdale. They are an event sponsor and the home of our after party. So if you're free later this evening, you can come on by.
I may or may not have snuck one of the $10 gift certificates into my pocket here. A couple more hours left here for ticket sales online, and then also for anyone that happens to be at the bout for Salter Watercraft for the two-person inflatable boat here. Online sales are available through the Facebook page. The link is there. End at 1, and the draw will happen at 2 p.m.
And right now we're just so far seeing total domination. 13 minutes left in the first half, and Terminal City ahead 99-7. And we've got Schwarzenegger, number 101, jamming, and once again 100% lead jammer going to Terminal City. Firecracker, number 89, putting on the jammer cover for the first time today for T.O.A.S.T. It's the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team, and does get through the pack. That's something that the T.O.A.S.T. jammers have been having a lot of trouble with, but Firecracker managing to do it, getting past Jermaine Coe, but with lead jammer in her pocket, Schwarzenegger gets through the pack, calls it off for 4.
And this is a really great testament to many of these players' endurance. A lot of them skating in the bout yesterday, and then players that skated yesterday, Mickey Knox specifically, Schwarzenegger, and Nozdrovia Wild, all skating in the doubleheader Terminal City Roller Girls bout yesterday as well.
That's right. There was they actually had a home bout after the tournament, after the 3 tournament games yesterday. They were very interesting bouts, and but very strong performances as expected from the all-star players. But here we go. Another jam. Lulu Demon jamming for Terminal City. Up to the front. Snarly Charlie takes her down with a shoulder check, and now Purple Kush gets position on her, but T.O.A.S.T. jammer on your knees, number 9X, in the penalty box. So Lulu Demon on the power jam gets lead jammer, and now quick sneak attack around the inside of Born to Hula gets her through her first scoring pass. Grand slam, 5 points Terminal City. And Terminal City's jammer Lulu Demon running into the pack, but Snarly Charlie grabbing her with a shoulder and does it again, but Lulu Demon stays inbound, but this time Born to Hula makes contact, driving Lulu Demon out of bounds and forcing her to recycle back past the pivot line. Lulu Demon, a quick juke to the left, sneaks around the Snarly Charlie and General Discomfort. Born to Hula and Kim McKenzie both going to the penalty box. It's one blocker from each team, so that brings it down to 3-on-2 on this power jam. Lulu Demon forced out of bounds on that last scoring pass, calls off the jam, but doesn't pick up any points.
I like that little sneaky maneuver trying to get around those two, the long legs of Snarly Charlie and General Discomfort, when calling it off and then doing that last-minute dart to try and gain 1 or 2 last-minute points.
Indeed. But we've got 113 points for Terminal City and 7 points for T.O.A.S.T. They got a couple of jams in the very early parts of the game, able to get 7 points on the board. I think they actually got those in the second jam. In fact, so only one jam where they actually got points. Now Evada Perron jamming for Terminal City gets out with a quickness. It's lead jammer, and on your knees, fresh out of the penalty box, still trapped in the pack on her initial pass. Evada Perron just going straight through the pack, all attention on your knees. And on your knees taken down by Jermaine Coe and Lisa Suggett, combined forces. And Evada Perron juking all the way from the inside line all the way across the track to the outside where there was a tiny opening. So I don't know if she saw that and then at the last second, or if she did that on purpose. It was a little Michael Jordan fake. But comes through with the grand slam. That's 2 grand slams so far. And coming up, stuck behind Foxy McMuff. Tries to juke, do that same outside juke. But this time, Foxy McMuff is there. They were on her, and now giving her some trouble. Evada Perron sent for a spin by Boffalicious, but Boffalicious goes wide, and now being sent to the penalty box. So Evada Perron coming up with another grand slam, and T.O.A.S.T. losing another blocker to the penalty box.
The recycling ability of the Terminal City All-Stars here is I think, really what's key here, holding back the T.O.A.S.T. jammer. The recycling from the outside so that the person in front can kind of control and push back on either side is exemplary fashion here from Terminal City.
And Evada Perron just all pretty much having her way, just on doing laps at this point. Sneaks up the inside. A little help from Lisa Suggett, who took out Foxy McMuff on this straightaway. And Evita Perone coming up with, I lost track of how many points. I think this is I think a 25 points so far for Evita Perone.
Well, and Lisa Suggett, they're trying to hold back the star pass there, trying to hold back number 9X there.
And she lost her pivot cover. Okay, she hung on to the star cover. Okay, I saw the helmet cover fall off of Foxy McMuff's helmet.
Well, they certainly didn't make it easy.
It was the pivot cover that fell off. It was if she lost the jammer cover, that could have spelled a little bit of trouble. But nevertheless, did not get out of the initial pass. So no points for T.O.A.S.T. and a huge jam for Evita Perone. I believe that was 30 points.
Wow, very nice. Looks like number 1223, Kim Janaher, up against jam partner here, Ram Bumptious 34 for T.O.A.S.T. and easily slips by your Terminal City All-Stars have lead jam.
Once again, Rambumptious up to the front. Jocelyn Ingram gets in front of her, tries to hold on, and now Megan Griffiths was almost in position, but just ran out of room, and Rambumptious getting out of the pack.
And seeing Jocelyn Ingram do the reverse transitional booty block was one of the amazing things that the Red Deer Belladonnas were doing, just to draw that extra second or two out of every single block maneuver, shutting down any attempts at an easy skate by.
That is right, man. The Terminal City blockers are just completely shutting down the T.O.A.S.T. jammers at every single turn. We've got Firecracker on the line. She actually did a nice work getting out of the pack fairly quickly on the last time she jammed, which was also the first time she jammed. But let's see if she can do that. Unfortunately, for T.O.A.S.T, she had not gotten the lead jammer. But now a big opportunity. This is a big opportunity just for T.O.A.S.T to earn some pride points. If they've got a huge lead to overcome just to catch up to Terminal City. But right now, they just want to get some points on the board and get a moral victory here. But right now, Schwarzenegger in the penalty box, so T.O.A.S.T on the power jam, but just getting surrounded by Terminal City blockers. Jocelyn Ingram now dropping back, and it's one-on-one with Megan Griffith. Is it possible? Lead jammer for T.O.A.S.T. Lead jammer for the first time in the game. Every single other jam up to now, Terminal City has gotten lead jammer. But right now, Firecracker in the driver's seat for the first time, slips past Jocelyn Ingram and Kim McKenzie, engaged by Megan Griffith and Jermaine Coe, but manages to get out, and it's 5 points. A grand slam for T.O.A.S.T, the Thompson Okanagan All-Stars, and Firecracker moving in a second time, gets past Kim McKenzie and Jocelyn Ingram. Megan Griffith and Jermaine Coe cannot stop her. Another grand slam for T.O.A.S.T, 2 in a row. 10 points on the board for the ladies in gray.
Very nicely done. Of course, you see Firecracker awareness really sharp, seeing that Schwarzenegger standing in the box, making sure that they get some fresh players out there before she is released.
I mean, that's a victory in itself right there. The Terminal City blockers so fierce and just relentless on the T.O.A.S.T jammers. On your knees, we saw her jam quite a bit in both games yesterday, but struggling so far this entire game. And we see it again. Missy Escrew coming in with a hip check, driving her to the infield and drawing her back past the pivot line. She's able to come back in, but Schwarzenegger out of the penalty box, and back to basics. We've got Terminal City in lead jammer position. On your knees, stuck in the pack on her initial pass. Lisa Suggett and Scarlet Bloodbath with a 2-wall in front. Lisa Suggett falling down, but picking herself back up so quickly. That is, that's just it's pure athleticism. I mean, you see skaters get knocked down but pop back up almost as if they're on springs, as if the floor is made of springs.
That's one of the amazing abilities of Evita Perone. She's down and up before you can even kind of react to her being down.
Okay, and now time running out. Don't forget, time running out on your Salter Watercrafts raffle tickets. It's at 1 p.m. today, Pacific Standard Time. You have to go to West Coast Dust Up and get your raffle tickets because the drawing will be at 2 p.m., but the cutoff for buying tickets online is at 1 p.m. So go over there, and it's a fantastic boat. And I'm sure we'll have pictures of it, more pictures of it for you later. But right now, Rambunctious jamming for T.O.A.S.T. Against Lulu Demon. Lulu Demon quickly up to the front, right in front of Rambunctious. Rambunctious stumbles, and Lulu Demon gets out of the pack. Rambunctious now facing 3-wall. Kim McKenzie, Jocelyn Ingram, and Scarlet Bloodbath comes in with a shoulder check, forcing her out of bounds, and she's got to recycle past the jammer line. Lulu Demon moving in on a scoring pass. Slipping up past General Discomfort, and past Born to Hula to complete a grand slam for Terminal City. Rambunctious still that 3-wall. Scarlet Bloodbath, Jocelyn Ingram, and Jermaine Coe. That relentless Terminal City defense we've been seeing all day today in this game. Born to Hula moving up to try and help out her jammer, but now trying to get in front of Lulu Demon on another scoring pass. And just a flip of the wrist from Scarlet Bloodbath, whipping Lulu Demon out of the pack for another grand slam. Looks like General Discomfort going to the penalty box for T.O.A.S.T. That drops them to only 2 blockers. Born to Hula also in the penalty box. That leaves us with Boffalicious and it is Hurricane Hannah. And Lulu Demon with a big smile on her face, getting another grand slam for Terminal City. And I believe Rambunctious not wearing the jammer star. Did you see what happened?
No, I didn't.
I don't see any T.O.A.S.T. skaters with the jammer star. However, there's one skater in the box I can't see. But right now, T.O.A.S.T. appears to have no jammer on the track. There is I'm actually looking around now to see if I see a jammer cover on the ground, but I don't see one. So it must be on the head of someone else.
We could see referee Dev Null following around with someone, but not signaling a non-lead jam status for anyone either.
Well, that is correct. The jam ref will not. It's considered coaching, and so the jam ref is actually restrained from indicating that the jammer does not have a jammer cover on her helmet. That is the job of her teammates and her coach and the skater herself to make sure that it's on there. The referee, however, will simply not award any points. He will, if she completes a scoring pass, he will say no points, even if she passed them several times. But I'm not sure what happened there. But bad luck for T.O.A.S.T. Good luck for Terminal City with Evada Perron getting lead jammer. Actually, it's a little more than luck.
It's a little more than luck. I think it's
tenacity, athleticism, speed, and skill. We've got Evada Perron on a scoring pass. Already clinched lead jammer. Gets around Smash Gordon, Lady Fondle, and Born to Hula for a grand slam. And hey, Firecracker. You know what? She's jammed 3 times, and all 3 times has gotten out of the pack, which is something that the T.O.A.S.T. jammers have been having trouble with all day long. So I'm kind of expecting to see Firecracker jamming a lot more for T.O.A.S.T. because she's the most consistent jammer so far, even though hasn't managed to put. Well, she did manage to get those 2 grand slams.
10 points in the one jam for sure. 30 seconds left here, so we're going to have perhaps the last jam of this half. 179-17 for Terminal City All-Stars over T.O.A.S.T., the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team.
And we've got an official timeout called. I want to thank one of our sponsors, Pivot Star. Pivot Star's Lulu Demon, the owner and proprietor of Pivot Star, is out there on the track. We've seen her, that's number 44. We've seen her jamming quite a few times for Terminal City, but they have an all-new line of team uniforms. You can check those out at pivotstar.com.
And of course, another one of our sponsors, CRDI Insurance, making sure that all the players are safe and insured on the track there. I announced a game on skates the other day, and I don't know if I should be talking about this online, but no helmet and mouth guard. And the little junior skaters out there were giving me trouble wondering why Sean Laurent gets to skate with no helmet and mouth guard. So I made sure that I apologized and told them that I learned from my mistake ahead of time. But CRDI Insurance would protect me under any negative circumstances.
And don't forget Stampede Tack, another one of our great sponsors. There's they have supplied cowboy hats to all of the officials and commentators at the game today. Stampede Tack in Cloverdale. Get your cowboy hats and other gear there.
Well, I certainly have been wearing the hat around. It's just the size of my headphones here are not allowing me to put on my hat. I need a bigger 10-gallon hat, I guess.
That's right. Speaking of that, yeah, I was thinking with your skating around without a helmet or mouth guard, I was thinking maybe your last name was not named because you were a DJ, but rather because of what's in your head.
There you go, Sean LaRocks.
Safety is important, my friend, and that's why CRDI Insurance is around, trying to help keep at least mitigate
there you go.
your bad decisions.
Yeah, we can guess. which are many.
All right. Well, it appears that is the end of the jam. The official timeout was called. I think the last jam ended with less than 30 seconds left.
Correct.
So the official timeout does not prevent the half from ending, and it requires a team timeout. So we're going to go into intermission. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors. And very quickly, one more time, Salter Watercrafts. That boat is on auction. It's an event raffle you can get in on at home. A Salter Sport 270 inflatable watercraft valued at over $800. Go to the West Coast Dust Up Facebook page or look for links on our Canuck Derby TV page to get online tickets for $5 for 3, $10 for 7. The draw is Sunday, that's today, at 2 p.m. today, Pacific Standard Time. You can win an $800 boat. It's affordable freedom thanks to Salter Watercraft at www.salterboat.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a short break here, and we'll see you back with some more Derby action here live. Canuck Derby TV, AMJ Productions at West Coast Dust Up 2013.
Oh, hi, I'm ZZ Slop of Fog City Rollers, and you're watching Canuck Derby TV.
It's not true.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back here for the second half of the Terminal City All-Stars versus the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team. I keep stumbling over that word for some reason, even though I was just there a couple weeks ago on July 1st weekend.
And this is the first jam of the second half. We cut in right after the first whistle, so you haven't missed anything, folks. Kim Jana just got through the pack that quickly and claimed lead jammer. Only one jam all in the entire first period did T.O.A.S.T get lead jammer, and Terminal City did not. Terminal City got lead jammer every single time, and starting out the second half the same way. Terminal City's jammer Kim Jana getting through the pack. Only 4 out of potential 5. Born to Hula just completed her initial pass, got lapped by Kim Jana. But Kim Jana missed one of those points. I believe it was a no pass, no penalty. But Kim Jana getting into the pack a second time, calling it off for 3. So a 7-point jam in the first half, in the second half.
A quick call off there before Hula could make it back around. 28:55 left in this second half here. 188-17 Terminal City All-Stars. Rambunctious and skating up against Schwarzenegger here, also skating in the Faster Pussycats Terminal City house bout yesterday. Set on the line to go here.
I think it's pronounced Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger with the V, the WV.
Like Ani would say. But Schwarzenegger getting through, getting past Buffalicious to claim lead jammer for Terminal City. Continuing the trend of Terminal City lead jammers. Rambumptious still in the pack and now driven to the back of the pack. But Lisa Suggett going to the penalty box. That's going to ease the tension a little bit. Only 2 blockers. I only see 2 blockers for Terminal City. That's right. Oh, there goes Megan. Missy a screw going to the penalty box as well. So that's going to give an advantage to Rambumptious, but Schwarzenegger having no trouble overcoming those odds gets another grand slam for Terminal City.
Looks like Scarlet Bloodbath out there doing her best to slow her down, hoping that she can feed her back for long enough for player 1 to bridge to the rest of the pack.
That's Jermaine Coe, number 1 up, formerly the skater formerly known as Player 1.
I know. I guess I stumble over that sometimes. I still call Sundown 1111 her name and hit
Jocelyn
and miss. Megan Griffiths.
Megan Griffiths was hit and miss.
Right.
But another 4 points picked up by Terminal City jammer Schwarzenegger as she calls off the jam.
Lulu Demon on the line now against Firecracker for T.O.A.S.T. And again, as we were talking before, T.O.A.S.T. or Firecracker responsible for at least 10 of the 17 points that T.O.A.S.T. has put on the board here. So battling it out fiercely on the line for T.O.A.S.T. She's one of their star players for sure.
Lulu Damon very quick off the line. Firecracker trying to follow her through the pack, but Lulu Damon getting nowhere. On your knees and Blair Block double teaming her, but Lulu Damon getting past Blair Block, but got on the front by Lady Fondle, and there goes Anya. Firecracker getting out of the pack. Oh, I just wanted to make sure I got the wrist guards right. Yes, in fact, it is lead jammer to Firecracker. She's actually jammed, I believe, 3 times and gotten lead jammer twice, including those 10 points. But this time, Lulu Demon too quick for her. Gets ahead of her, forcing her to call off the jam. No score.
Very nicely done by Firecracker, and great battle there on the line against Lulu Demon, one of the formidable skaters, Team Canada and Terminal City All-Star. Of course, also the owner of Pivot Store, so a very important person in the derby community. Certainly not easy to get around, and Firecracker did an amazing job with that lead jammer status.
Evita Perono, I think she tried to do a fake. It looked like she reached for her star helmet cover as if to pass it to the pivot just briefly, just made the arm motion, but didn't actually touch the jammer cover. We've seen that a few times. Terminal City, I think, just testing out that tactic, but not so far this tournament, not having much luck with it, but certainly giving it the old college try. Evita Perono still on her initial pass, dropped behind a 3-wall. Buffalicious, Foxy McMuff, and General Discomfort unable to stop the Terminal City jammer. They did slow her down quite a bit, though.
Foxy McMuff doing a great job of controlling lanes 2 and 3 in the middle. Every time Evita trying to go around the outside, she just swung that booty block around to stop her dead in her tracks.
Snarly Charlie jamming for T.O.A.S.T. in the gray. Number 17. Oh, gets sent to the penalty box. It looks like the T.O.A.S.T. coach trying to delve deep into the bench, trying to find some a jammer besides Firecracker who can get through this Terminal City defense, but so far having very little luck, as you can tell by the score. Evita Perono on a scoring pass. I believe this is her first scoring pass. A lot has happened. It might be her second. I apologize for that. Sometimes in the chaos, it can become difficult to remember which scoring pass they're on. But this time, another scoring pass. Evita Perono. The Terminal City blockers have anchored the pack in turn 2 with Snarly Charlie in the penalty box as jammer for T.O.A.S.T. And they're also down a blocker, Born to Hula, in the penalty box. So it's a Terminal City at full strength. T.O.A.S.T. only 3 blockers on the track. Foxy McMuff with a shoulder check, just giving Evita Perono just a little pause for thought, but Evita Perono completing the scoring pass and calling off the jam.
Making sure, of course, that I believe that's Snarly Charlie in the. Who do we have in the box there? The T.O.A.S.T. jammer.
Snarly Charlie.
There it is, Snarly Charlie, making sure that it was called off so that, of course, we start our next jam with the T.O.A.S.T. jammer still in the penalty box.
And Terminal City still at full strength. But T.O.A.S.T with all their blockers on the track, and Terminal City already ready for the lockdown, the anchor position, the passive offense as it's sometimes called, the boat anchor.
And they've also been running, I don't know what you would call it, maybe kind of a diamond or a cascade effect, so that instead of just getting right back into the wall, each blocker is met and they kind of wall up as the jammer pushes them towards the pack. Very effective.
That's right. Well, they unroll it into an inverted bridge and then they roll it back up again, or waterfall, you might say, but drop into a four wall. So Terminal City blocker very sharp tactically and very great track awareness, as you must have to play at the top levels of the sport. And Terminal City in the Division 1, although I think they are close to the bubble, that is, they're on the edge, and I'm not sure what the most recent rankings are, but Terminal City certainly one of the top teams in Canada, and they're proving it today against the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team.
And on the Vancouver Murder, the team that I skate with, we have the privilege of scrimmaging with the Terminal City All-Stars in I guess a similar fashion that the Rat City All-Stars do with the Puget Sound Outcast. So I mean, it's always a great technical experience building process skating with some of these amazing derby women.
Lulu Demon jamming for Terminal City against Rambumptious, number 34. Rambumptious driven out of bounds by Scarlet Bloodbath. Lulu Demon looking for the inside lane, held up by Hurricane Hannah, driven to the outside, but a quick move around Scarlet Bloodbath, her teammate, gets her out for lead jammer. Rambumptious, though, far up ahead. Lisa Suggett has to back off, and Rambumptious getting out of the pack. And so far in the first half, she has been struggling just to do that. And now actually catching up to Lulu Demon, getting in front of her. Lulu Demon opting not to call off the jam. She is lead jammer. Could have called off the jam, but goes ahead through the pack and picks up 4 points. Rambumptious now on a scoring pass, but stuck behind a 3-wall. That's right. Megan Griffith in the penalty box. So it's Kim McKenzie, Lisa Suggett, and Scarlet Bloodbath on the track, and Lulu Demon. Just such confidence. She could have called off the jam, and ordinarily most jammers would have, just to go ahead and start a new jam and prevent the other team from scoring. But Lulu Demon just going right through and allowing Rambumptious to go on a scoring pass, and now lapping her a second time. So this is a third scoring pass for Lulu Demon after a whip from Lisa Suggett to get another grand slam. 14 points on the board so far for Terminal City in this jam. Rambumptious on a scoring pass, but just having a tremendous amount of trouble against this Terminal City defense. Kim McKenzie driving her out of bounds. Lulu Demon coming in a fourth time and is going to make it a 3 times lap jammer. And Rambumptious now going to the penalty box. Possibly a cut track penalty, but I did not catch the signal. But the important thing is it is a power jam for Terminal City. Lulu Demon coming around a 5th time. 19 points in her pocket. Now a 5th one gives her 24 in this jam. And the pack now, and of course Terminal City instantly kicking it out of gear into park in the second turn. And that's the passive offense.
Yeah, well, I love to see the differences in offense styles. I guess maybe quickly after January, a lot of people were doing the power jam style in that passive sense. But as you can see in the last couple of passes there, Lisa Suggett charging towards the big wall of gray there to, even if she didn't actually make contact, just to almost give that motion to maybe set them off and help their jammer through. All right, and
T.O.A.S.T opting to line up on the pivot line. I suppose that was actually possibly a smart move. They actually, I mean, as much as can be done, that's as much as they can do. In the power jam start, they actually starting on the pivot line meant that Nozdrovia Wild. Sorry, I might stumble over that word one more time. I'm not used to saying it, but it's a very common. It means cheers, of course, in Baltic language. But Nozdrovia Wild getting through, completing a first scoring pass for a grand slam. But what I was saying is lining up on the pivot line, that actually extended the amount of distance that she had to do to make that first lap by about 33 feet.
Sure.
As opposed to lining up on the jammer line.
Every second is essential at this point in the game for T.O.A.S.T.
That's right. So I mean, they essentially shaved about a second and a half, maybe 2, off of the power jam just by lining up on the pivot line. Of course, with the anchor of the Terminal City blockers, they couldn't go any further than that, or else risk destroying the pack penalty. But right now, the terminal, both jammers back on the track. We've got Rambumptious on her initial pass, though, and now knocked down by Missy Escrew. She just comes down with that shoulder, a ton of bricks, knocking. Sorry, actually, it's probably more like about 100. 110,
Kilos, yeah.
110, 120.
Well, no, it could be a ton, but it would be T.O.A.S.T, I guess, if it was up here. She's a great addition to the squad. She didn't play with them yesterday, but I'm assuming she'll be in both of Terminal City All-Stars bouts today. That's Missy Screw.
I just don't want anyone to think that I accused Missy Escrew of weighing 2,000 pounds. That is absolutely not true.
I love how, I didn't save you at all from that. I made sure that the units were correct now that you're announcing in Canada.
Okay, but the jam ending. Nozdrovia Wild picking up another grand slam at the end of the jam. And earlier I described the passive offense as a boat anchor. That was and just as it happens, we have a boat, and the clock is ticking away. Only about 45 minutes until that 1 p.m. cutoff. You can go to the West Coast Dust Up Facebook page, follow the instructions to get your raffle tickets. You can also look for links on Canuck Derby TV to get tickets for the raffle. That $800 boat by salterboat.com. That's the URL, but Salter Watercraft. And here we go, another jam. Firecracker jamming again. One-on-one with Lisa Suggett, and she gets lead jammer the hard way. Evita Perron. The last time she got lead jammer, it was on a power jam. This time, Evita Perron, one of the possibly the strongest jammer and certainly the most consistent jammer for Terminal City. I mean, that's in a very difficult field, but Evita Perron is a tremendous jammer. But she was still in the pack, so the Toast pack coming together, holding back Evita Perron long enough for Firecracker to get in there. And the jam ref was looking back, very upset, and she should be. The jam ref was looking at the score table, signaling in her score while she was trying to call off the jam, and that allowed Evita Perron to get into the pack. I mean, at this point, of course, it's only putting a tiny dent in the Terminal City lead. But every single point right now is just Toast just wants every single point they can.
Well, and it's still a matter of principle, and I don't know if the coach for the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team even saw what was going on there. But definitely more of a principle thing than having an actual change of effect on this game. Kim McKenzie with the panty pass, and of course not having lead jammer status because of that. General Discomfort jamming for Toast right now, still caught up in that pack.
Kim Jana guarding the front of the pack, and there it is, General Discomfort after the panty pass. That was actually, General Discomfort was the pivot, but the jam ref pointed at her, and that meant that she could call it off, even though it was actually a referee mistake. That she was the pivot, having received the panty pass, so she could not be lead jammer. But so a little hiccup by actually 2 in a row by the jam ref. It's very confusing out there. I'm not really I don't want to come down too hard on the jam ref because that is a tough job in this, and I think probably the most difficult refereeing.
And we're away here again. Lulu Demon, 44, lead jam status for the Terminal City All-Stars. And it looks like we have another power jam situation here, a dangerous situation for Toast to be in. Once more, Firecracker, number 89, sitting in the box for the Thompson Okanagan All-Stars.
Now, just so much for the jam refs to keep track of. They not only have to keep track of a whole laundry list of potential penalties, a lot of them technical, but they also have to keep track of each skater that the jammer has passed in each scoring pass, in order to keep track of which points the skater has earned and which ones she has yet to earn on each scoring pass, as well as keep track of when a panty pass. And sometimes it can get overloaded. And these referees in this game, at least in this tournament, are very short-handed. So these referees have been working double, triple overtime. Oh, right now we got Lulu Demon, though, coming through again. Another grand slam for Terminal City. And Firecracker out of the penalty box, so no more power jam for Terminal City, but Firecracker struggling to get through this time. We got Schwarzenegger, Scarlet Bloodbath, Lisa Suggett, and Jermaine Coe on the track as blockers for Terminal City, and they are so far shutting down Firecracker. Looks like Killer Bikini going to the penalty box. The pivot for the Toast. Toast in the gray and Terminal City in the red, of course. And Firecracker knocked to the inside. Jermaine Coe drawing her back almost into turn 2. But now, that's another penalty on the Toast Jammer. Firecracker going to the penalty box. Was that? I believe that was another cutting the track penalty. And there goes a cutting called on Smash Gordon of Toast as well.
Yeah, the score here not reflecting some of the abilities of the Toast players here in shutting them down. Smash Gordon, Lady Fondo, dynamic duo out there trying to knock Lulu Demon out in that last jam.
So right now, Terminal City at 290 points and 25 points for Toast. So Toast, the pickup team of all-stars from the Okanagan Valley region, they are struggling against one of the top teams, certainly the top one in the top 5 teams of Canada by my estimation, and by most people's estimation, I think.
And I think if all the rumors were true, I think the Toast team practiced maybe in 2 or 3 separate locations where they would travel to different areas so that they could be closer to each group of players' hometown, so that everyone wouldn't have to travel as far, so they could get a few practices as an amalgamated team before they came here to West Coast Dust Up.
Terminal City's coach Mac the Mouth, they are on a team timeout, and Mac the Mouth obviously wanting to sort things out. I suspect he wants to kind of, at this point, he's probably using this game here against Toast as a warm-up for what promises to be possibly one of the most competitive bouts of the tournament against Anarchy Angels that's coming up next. And also keep in mind, Terminal City will have very little time, I think less than an hour, or at most an hour, to rest up before that game.
And especially if they do enter their players, which I would expect they would in the skills competition with taking place between the second and third bouts here today, they will indeed have some tired players up there for sure.
We've got a full penalty box for Toast for the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team. That is Firecracker, number 89, wearing the jammer cap, and joined by Killer Bikini, number 9, and Lady Fondle, number 2. So only 2 blockers on the track, and Smash Gordon sent to the penalty box right off the bat, but waved off because the penalty box is full. No more than 2 blockers sitting in the penalty box at a time. Evada Perron getting lead jammer very quickly, very easily against this overwhelming advantage in the pack. And now Evada Perron getting through a second time, this time getting past Lady Fondle fresh out of the penalty box. Smash Gordon now reporting to the penalty box. So it continues to be a 4-on-2 pack advantage and a power jam. Evada Perron coming around again. This time, Foxy McMuff makes contact, but only manages to slow down Evada Perron briefly.
It'll be interesting to see if the Terminal City All-Stars continue with the passive, or like they just did that. Kim McKenzie, you can see her skate up quickly to try and fake them out to maybe gain a little bit of advantage with position for the Toast blockers before Evada Perron calls off the jam.
And she does so, yes indeed. Honestly, at this point, I think that timeout was called by Mac the Mouth. Just he might have just seen what he considers a little bit of sloppiness, or possibly kind of complacency by Terminal City, or may have just kind of said, hey, come on, or maybe the exact opposite. Maybe take it easy and rest, and get ready for the start thinking about the Anarchy Angels game, because at this point, honestly, with 11 minutes left in the game, very little chance that Toast will will be able to come back from this. And there goes Nazdrovia Wild, finds a wide open outside lane. And a narrow strip.
A beautiful assist there by Scarlet Bloodbath, helping push her out there to draw the Toast blocker back.
General discomfort jamming for Toast, weaving back and forth, trying to find any opening in this Terminal City defense, but so far having no luck at all. Lisa Suggett and Scarlet Bloodbath and it was Schwarzenegger in front. Oh, it looks like Katone Frankowski going to the penalty box for Terminal City. She's all. That's going to make it a 3-on-3 pack, but Nozdrovia Wild getting into the pack on a scoring pass. And gets knocked out by Snarly Charlie, but recovers very quickly.
General Discomfort trying to sneak in there to get a few points, and that's what I was hoping that she would have got some points last time, or at least gotten into the pack, because she has one of the most exemplary strides I've seen in Derby. She's like low and lean and long leg, and really great to see those dreadlocks flying around on the 2 points that she scored on that last jam.
I think you meant 2 points scored by T.O.A.S.T. Well, no, that was that took a lot of work. She had to hoof it around the track, and like you said, with a smooth stride.
And I certainly didn't mean to downplay the importance of those 2 points by any means. GD is one of the top skaters for T.O.A.S.T, most definitely.
All right, but now we have Rambumptious, one of the most frequent jammers for T.O.A.S T, up front against a 2-wall, dodges around fallen Jermaine Coe. Megan Griffith catches her in turn 2, but turn 3 can't hold on, and it's lead jammer once again for T.O.A.S T. T.O.A.S T in control of the clock for only, I believe, the 4th or maybe 5th time in this game. So Rambumptious now moving in on a scoring pass. Kim Jana not far behind. Rambumptious just ducks into the Terminal City defense. I think she got past Kim McKenzie and gets that one ghost point for Katone Frankowski in the penalty box. So 2 points for T.O.A.S T, no points for Terminal City.
Even though you could see Kim Jana try and do like a quick booty transition to see if she could sneak the hip past Lady Fondle on the outside of turn 2.
That's right, that brings T.O.A.S T to 29 points. And they are now going to line up Firecracker. So far, their top scoring jammer. I believe that's correct, but Firecracker, number 89, leaning into the 3-wall at the front. Lisa Suggett driving her to the outside with a repeated hip checks. And now Missy Escrew getting into the rear guard position. And Jocelyn Missy Escrew comes across with a big hip check, taking down Firecracker. And now Lulu Demon out of the pack with lead jammer for Terminal City.
Looks like we have perhaps Foxy McMuff for T.O.A.S T in the box right now.
That's right, Foxy McMuff. That means it's a 4-on-3 pack advantage. Lulu Demon, I think, trying to pick up the spare, but only got 3 of the skaters onto the deck, including herself. But now sweeping through the pack. Oh, that was Purple Kush, number 11, trying to catch her. I thought she was going to. But Lulu Demon just able to outrace her. Tremendous acceleration in that young, agile owner and proprietor of Pivotstar.com.
And this is an example of when endurance becomes a factor here. You can see that the T.O.A.S T jammer, the T.O.A.S T players are starting to get a little bit tired out there. These ladies are definitely giving it their all as they're up against one of the top teams in Western Canada.
And Foxy McMuff standing up in the penalty box, so this pack advantage is going to disappear shortly, but Lulu Demon making short work of yet another scoring pass. Katone Frankowski leaning into Firecracker and driving her out of bounds. Firecracker having trouble getting through, still on her initial pass. I think she actually did get out of the pack, but was drawn back in. The referee waving a not lead jammer, but of course that was a foregone conclusion. Lulu Demon in control of the clock still.
And again, Firecracker getting knocked out there, but you could see her even like standing up the truck and trailer that Frankowski was trying to lay on her. And again, even this late in the game, she is still sticking it down. You can still see her with her spirit and her energy there, trying to hold on as we enter into the last section of the last half of this bout.
That's right, the last half of the last half of the last half of the
section. Yes, a section. Is that some sort of technical derby term? I don't think so. General Discomfort 114 for T.O.A.S T skating against Evita Perron on the line now as we start this next jam. Little jostling, little positional, and you can see those long legs of General Discomfort trying to take the inside there.
Born to Hula doing a nice job of slowing down Evita Perron, actually knocking her down. But General Discomfort getting through the pack, but Evita Perron now moving into defensive stance, trying to draw the cut. Yes, she did. That was very smart work by Evita Perron, and great blocking too. Just made General Discomfort catch a slice of the infield, and she did not. Who was not able to draw back enough and Evita Barone drawing the cut and now on a power jam.
Well, it's also a testament to that awareness too. Eyes in the back of your head, making sure that you turn into that fifth blocker if you want to try and feed the other jammer back to the pack.
That's right. That was a classic feed the baby move, but Evita Barone was able to do it all her own. And now Anya Knees and Killer Bikini far out ahead, get past that 20-foot mark, have to give the free pass to Evita Barone. But nice effort slowing down Evita Barone and making her work for those points. It's just a tremendous job by the Terminal City blockers, making it easy for their jammers most of the time.
And Scarlet Bloodbath sneaking through there, even though not making contact, just basically trying to send a message that their jammer is coming through.
With authority. And here comes Evita Barone. I think time ran out on that jam. Evita Barone did not make any points on that last scoring pass, but a huge jam anyway. 358 points on the board for Terminal City.
Just over 4 minutes left here. Nozdrovia Wild for Terminal City All-Stars on the line here. In this power jam situation, we have the Toast jammer standing.
Nozdrovia Wild.
Nozdrovia. Yeah, she played really well last night in the Faster Pussycats game in the Terminal City All-Star.
Now, of course, General Discomfort was standing up in the penalty box at the first whistle. Almost came out early, which would have meant another minute in the box, but managed to recover and get back into position and is now back on the track, free and clear, and up to the front. Nozdrovia Wild stuck behind the Toast blockers. Smash Gordon repeated hip checks, now knocking her down with a little help from Foxy McMuff. Way up front, General Discomfort and gets past Lisa Suggan and Megan Griffith. They were forced to give ground, but not. Nozdrovia Wild was already lead jammer. I was paying too much attention to General Discomfort in the penalty box. So Nozdrovia Wild calling off the jam for 4 points before General Discomfort could get in there.
I was excited about that too, and I mean she did really push them and give them a run for the money, even though Megan Griffiths was riding her out until the last minute.
And getting down to just 3 minutes left, and I think just half an hour to get your raffle tickets for the Salter Watercraft. $800 boat. You can buy your raffle tickets for only 30 more minutes before we close off the online ticket sales. Now, back in the action, Kim Jana just forcing her way up the inside lane past Blair Block at the front guard of Coast. And Rambumptious still in the pack, but up front, Kim McKenzie and Missy Escrew holding on with the 2-wall. Now it's one-on-one with Kim McKenzie, and Rambumptious almost stumbles and gets the cut. Just a tap on the outside, came back in. That's all it takes. Tap that foot on the outside and lift it up again, and that is considered a technical cut, and it's another power jam.
I mean, you can see the hot foot of Kim McKenzie up on her toe stops, making sure she stayed inbounds there, of course, to draw the cut. Kim Jana coming around turn 4 now. Another scoring pass for her as Toast resets.
Snarly Charlie trying to reel her in, but couldn't do it. Kim Jana coming up with another grand slam now into the back again. Bounces off of a hip check from Lady Fawn. And gets past the Hurricane Hannah and Lady Fondle for another grand slam. Terminal City in the passive offense, or kicking it into Park. And there's Lady Fondle doing a nice job of slowing down Kim Jana, dodging, matching her jukes, but finally Kim Jana actually leaping over a fallen Snarly Charlie to complete that scoring pass. And now holding up 2.
So is that signaling perhaps how many, because this time she signaled a 1 on the previous pass, and only Kim McKenzie went in to mess up the wall. I think this time she does too. So
interesting. I think we're
starting to decipher their code.
We're stealing signals from Terminal City.
And that's really great. Perhaps I might take that back to my Murder Bros the next time we scrimmage with the amazing ladies of Terminal City All-Stars.
That's right. We're sitting behind third base stealing signals.
Just about ready to start this jam here. Evita Barone, the lone jammer on the track as we await the arrival of Rambumptious here, coming in behind Megan Griffiths as the Terminal City create their big red wall.
And their reverse bridge collapses into a 4-wall. Rambunctious up to the front. Now past the star to pivot on your knees. On your knees now dodges past Jocelyn Griffith, but gets caught. Sorry, Jocelyn Ingram, but gets caught by Lisa Suggett, and now knocked down in turn 4. And there goes Evada Perron, another grand slam. But that just goes without saying.
It's just par for the course, certainly.
That's.
Can we make golf references in Derby? Is that
we need an abbreviation for Evada Perron scores another grand slam for Terminal City.
Is that an acronym? Make a word of certainly. Ooh, Evada Perron catching a little bit of an elbow in the mouth that you can see her checking herself.
Evada Perron scores another grand slam for Terminal City. Bofalicious up front, and Evada Perron scores another grand slam for Terminal City. And on your knees in the penalty box for T.O.A.S.T. So it is yet another power jam for Terminal City. And there goes Evada Perron up to the front. A vicious battle to get past Purple Kush, Foxy McMuff, Rambunctious, and finally Bofalicious. But yeah, guess what? It's another grand slam scored by Evada Perron for Terminal City. And here she comes again. Foxy McMuff guarding the outside, but a quick juke to the outside. And what happened?
The full 2 minutes, I
believe. Evada Perron scored another grand slam for Terminal City. Just before the end of the clock, and that is the end of the second half and the end of the game. And unless there was a huge scoring error, Terminal City with a dominant victory over T.O.A.S.T, the Thompson Okanagan All-Star team, 407-29. That is the final score.
Just waiting for the official thing here. Of course, coming up next, I'm assuming we'll be doing maybe some live coverage of the skills contest here, and of course our third and final bout today, and our final bout of the entire West Coast Dust-Up coming up around 1 p.m. here will feature the Terminal City All-Stars versus the Anarchy Angels. It's going to be a really great bout.
But I want to, before we go into the break, I want to give a quick rundown of our sponsors. Once again, of course, you've heard about Salter Watercrafts. Just 30 minutes left to buy your raffle tickets online. You know where. It's at West Coast Dust Up Facebook page.com. But also Pivot Star. They've got a new line of team uniforms. And owner and operator Lulu Demon is here today skating for Terminal City. And that you can go to pivotstar.com to look at those. Also, CRDI, go to www.crdinfo.ca for Canadian roller derby insurance.
Delicious food, cold beverages at the Henry Pub, and of course, anyone out there locally that might want to meet us there at the official after party for West Coast Dust Up is happening at the Henry Pub, located in downtown Cloverdale. And also, finally, I've been holding my headphones here on the side of my ear so that I could wear my cowboy hat donated from Stampede Tack in Cloverdale. And of course, I've adorned it with my Vancouver Murder logo. Once again, Salter Watercraft donated by Vancouver Murder player Kuya Kidden. A short time left before 1 p.m. to get your tickets.
All right, and we'll next time you see us, we'll be showing you the final game. That's going to be the Terminal City All-Stars against the Anarchy Angels in the final game of the West Coast Dust-Up.
When I can see Stand Aside out here setting up his high jump bar here. I don't know if he won't be competing in the thing, but I'm sure he will be showing off his skills like he does any chance he gets. It'll be interesting to see what players that each team field in this upcoming skills competition, including, I think it's long jump, high jump, and something else.
All right, we'll see you shortly. I'm Bulldog, and this is DJ LaRock. We'll be seeing you shortly with the next game.